Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to speak in English because in Hong Kong, there was a tragic fire, so I don't want to speak in Cantonese or Chinese because I'm afraid that when I talk about something, then I laugh. And so many people ask me a question on how I think about frankincense. And when people talk about frankincense, and then they just give you the benefits of the frankincense. But is frankincense actually have something that we should worry about, or that haven't been mentioned in research, or in how people are promoting these products? So we can date back to the very long history in the biblical times that actually frankincense was used for more spiritual pursuit. And then so you can from this inference we can see that it is more related to the brain or subconscious or something neurological. And after the developing of it to the to nowadays, and then people try to use it topically or even ingest it, like putting it into a capsule and fractionated coconut oil or coconut oil, and then swallow it. But from my experience, actually, when some people, when they use frankincense, they have vivid dreams or some nightmares happening. Because I was I have a client actually in Jackson, Mississippi. And then every time when she used frankincense, actually she will experience some kinds of vivid dreams or sometimes nightmare. So from this, you can see that the use of frankincense, actually, if I put it correctly, if you use it over a certain dosage or times continuously, and then it will bring out your subconscious mind thoughts, like, so this will be in vivid dreams or in nightmares. But more often, the more you use it, you will experience more nightmares happening. This is because this oil is actually preferred to be used in psychotherapists, that have people to bring out their trauma or their, neurological suppression or something like that. So it's more about how to bring your subconscious thoughts to the conscious mind, so that you can heal through this process. That's why they use frankincense. But this usage, actually, I don't think people know about this except myself. And I rarely use it in this way, but maybe this can be used in forensic psychology, because when you talk to a prisoner or a suspect or something like that, the use of aromatherapy can bring out their subconscious thoughts, and to give you the honest answer, instead of you use nothing and let them think and talk about what they want to talk about. Some people are very wicked and actually they lie, but sometimes they may use a lie detector to detect it, but to be more accurately and precisely. They can use aromatherapy in a certain blends, there will be some certain blends and formulation that can, bring out the honesty of that person to tell you the truth and to tell you what they think subconsciously. But this can be read by forensic psychologists. To be a forensic psychologist, actually, you need a PhD. So, because when I studied criminal justice many years ago, actually, I wanted to be a forensic psychologist and pursue my PhD in forensic psychology. So I know if you want to be a forensic psychologist, you need a PhD. Some people just have a master degrees, but if you want to have a better career prospect, you better pursue a PhD. And so another oil that has the same results is Helichrysum. Helichrysum nowadays also used for topicals, because I know that doTERRA actually use they have Helichrysum lines, for topical or skincare application. But this oil, when you use it up to a certain dosage, it has the same results. But, this happens even faster than frankincense. That if you use frankincense for 10 days, you start to have vivid dream or, nightmares. But when you use Helichrysum, this can happen, overnight. So the first time you use it, maybe you experience it. The tricks of natural healing is that you think that it is very safe and it is very holistic and you don't think that there is any problem associated with it. But on the contrary, actually, what you are experiencing as a bad thing may be caused by natural healing that you are using. But for conventional medicines, they are very honest because they tell you everything that, from A to C, what will be the side effects of these medications. So I myself think that actually conventional medicines are actually safer than holistic or natural healing protocols, because for natural healing protocols, they are still exploring it and they are still doing a lot of research on it. But the point is, the plants themselves actually are, when God made the plants, actually they are for the animals to eat, or so animals can maybe easily digest it, or change it to, they have the enzymes that change it to something that is beneficial or healthy to their body. But in humans, we may need to have a simulate something, before we can do it. So everyone is different because we may not have the simulators, that can adapt the things in the plants based stuff, into our bodies. But actually, eating meat is actually easier because the animal itself, has, digested it and assimilated it in a way that is very similar to what our body can, metabolize. So in this case, the only thing for the only bad thing for eating meat is inflammation only. But the bad thing for eating, a plant actually cause more, concerns than eating a meat. So long as the meat is organic or they don't use hormones or antibiotics, I think many people can accept it. So my personal take is eating meat actually is healthier than eating plants. So if you read the Bible, there was a case that in the time of Elisha as a prophet, some people actually got poisoned by eating some herbs, and Elisha and then use some way to heal them. But you can see that actually eating plants actually is more dangerous than eating meat. This is my personal take. So I actually eat a lot of meat than eating plants, but I'm very healthy. So long as I understand, and I did the blood test, once or twice a year. So basically, I'm healthy and I'm not afraid of cold weather. Or that means my immunity is very strong. While if many people need to wear, thick clothing, I can still, wear, leafless, top. So another reason is because I exercise, like I do the infrared cryotherapy. Sometimes I do cold plunge, but cold plunge is not what I prefer. I need to tell a thing that if you do cold plunge and then you do the infrared, and you better not to have a shower before you dive into your cold plunge. Your cold plunge. This is because you want to protect the Chinese medicine called qi, in your body, or the heat in your body, so that when you get into the cold plunge, this won't hurt your lung, too much. If not, actually, the attack will be on the lung, and if your lung got cold, then you will always be having, sneezes, allergies, or cough. And I think you know because for Americans, they already always take the cold drinks, salad, cold food, and wine in ice. And so I think they need to protect the chi before they go into the cold plunge. And if you just have your wine, in 2 hours, you better not to take shower or dive into the cold plunge. If not, after a period of time, your body will tremble. Your body will tremble. So, there are a lot of things that you need to learn and you need to know before you do it. So doing holistically takes a lot of knowledge and takes a lot of research and takes a lot of the right methodology before you can do it right. But in conventional medicine, actually, there are already a lot of research, pharmacology, and then basically it is safe. You just need to relieve the side effects that may associated with some kind of medicines. But I think that's very feasible to use the conventional medicine combined with the natural healing together to heal, to bring a better result. So I myself use this on my protocols, on my clients, and that works very well, and they all achieve, some surprising results that, that is very positive. So you don't need to afraid, whether you take a medicine or not, because if you have a heart disease, if you have hypertension, when the weather is too hot, and then you may need some medicines that can dilate, your vessels, so that, your heat can be dissipated. So if you don't use it, then you have a higher chance of getting a stroke. whether it is his stroke or a stroke. So I have clients actually, one take it and one didn't take it, and the one take it actually gets a better performance than the one doesn't take it. But of course, this is their choice, because you cannot force them to do anything they don't want to do unless this is a court order. So I think I'm waiting for more research on these to come out so that I can write up my paper on these to share my experience and my methods too. And not only this, because the one who take I mean something to dilate the vessels, actually she has blood clots at the same time, but in the end, through my work, the blood clots actually disappeared. But I think it is because of the medicine that happened to disappear faster, than I have expected, and easier. And she has, I think she has she has Lyme, is it called Lyme disease? Yeah, Lyme disease. Uh, uh, she actually can, and she mostly recovered already because of that medicine helped my work in natural healing. So I think conventional medicine can work very well with natural healing. It really depends on how you manipulate it and whether you can do it rightly and in the right methodology. So today we talk about frankincense, right? So frankincense is for psychotherapy use. Originally, actually is better. So that's why the side effects or anything will be related to psychotherapy. The part of psychotherapy that means your brain, your subconscious, your neurology part, so if someone have the nightmare or something like that, you may want to ask if they have used frankincense too much or helichrysum too much. So sometimes we learn it through mistakes, but the cost can be very huge. So that's why we need research to come out to tell us the truth. But some research actually are sponsored by some commercial purposes, so this may not reach the best result of it. But anyway, our life actually is protected by God, and I think that God will protect me, and so I'm not worrying about what I'm eating, what I'm drinking. I don't, take too much time and effort and money on this. But, I still, live very healthy, well, and young too. So, in the end, I just want to say that when you use something, you better the person to be honest to you and tell you the truth, that she knows, but sometimes they may have limited knowledge. Can you believe in what they say? And I think for me, many people, actually the public, actually believe in conventional medicines more than in natural healing. But they just choose natural healing because they have the word natural and holistic. But holistic and natural may not be 100% scientific, and the results can be different, when you compare it with science, because science is more stable, more reliable, more repetitive. And so I think we may all need to rethink whether and how to incorporate holistic healing with the conventional medicines, but not in a totally exclusive way, but in some way we may incorporate it into our life, and so that may bring a very good result. And the best part of taking the medications is you don't need to worry about, you forgot to take it and then, you have relapses. Because, medications is very easy. You just take the pill and then that's it. And then, for the conventional medications, it is more predictable. The results are more predictable, and then and then you know that it can last like 12 hours, and then in 12 hours you are safe basically, after you have taken it. And then 12 hours later you take another time, and then it makes you safe actually. And then what you do is like it may cause higher blood sugar, or may have some bad effect on the kidney and kidney metabolism or something like that. But I think this can be handled properly through natural way, like the way that your lifestyle and then the food that you have taken and something like that. And many people actually ask me how to change their career to be more integrative, or to be more integrative, or to be more pharmacological. I think many people can do it if they have received the proper education, so they know the way that how the research should be carried out and how to administer the clinical trials and blah blah blah. So if there will be a course on these, I think this will benefit a lot of people, and many natural healers would like to learn. And this is a way to make money, of course. So think about that. So this is the end of this section. So in the future, I will talk more about aromatherapy and conventional medicine. Okay.